The Great Pyramids of Giza are undoubtedly one of the most fascinating structures ever made by man. But it's not just the sheer scale of these pyramids that makes them so intriguing. It's also the fact that we don't know how ancient Egyptians managed to construct these massive monuments in the first place. There's a lot of theories out there, but the truth is we may never know the full story behind the construction of the pyramids. However, there are several pieces of evidence that suggest that the Egyptians may have used advanced technology to build the pyramids, technology that has since been lost. So here are 5 pieces of evidence that prove the Egyptians used lost technology to build the pyramids. Number 1, the power of sound. Some researchers believe that the ancient Egyptians may have used sound waves to cut through the bedrock at the base of the pyramids. This may sound far-fetched, but there is evidence to support this theory. For example, we know that the Egyptians used a tool called a sounding board, which was a type of instrument that produced a very pure tone when struck. This tone was then used to cut through the stone and make it easier to quarry. We also know that the Egyptians used a tool called a water claw, which was a type of crane that used a hook-like device to lift and move large blocks of stone. It's possible that the Egyptians used a combination of these tools, along with other unknown tools, to produce a powerful sound wave that could cut through even the hardest of stones. 2. Advanced tools. There are several pieces of evidence that suggest the Egyptians used advanced tools to build the pyramids, such as their knowledge of astronomy. The 3 pyramids at Giza are aligned almost perfectly with the 3 stars in Orion's belt. This suggests that the Egyptians had a sophisticated understanding of astronomy and used this knowledge to help them align the pyramids. In addition, the Egyptians also used advanced geometry in the construction of the pyramids. For example, the ratio of the base of the pyramid to its height is the same as the ratio of the diagonal of the base to the slant height of the pyramid. This suggests that the Egyptians had a sophisticated understanding of geometry and used this knowledge to ensure that the pyramids were stable and would not collapse. 3. Ramp systems. While many people believe that the Egyptians simply hauled the massive blocks of stone up the pyramid using brute strength, there is evidence that suggests they used a more sophisticated method. For example, there are traces of ramp systems that have been found at the base of some pyramids. These ramps may have been used to haul the stones up the pyramid, making the construction process much easier. In addition, some researchers believe that the Egyptians may have used a system of levers and pulleys to move the stones into place. This theory is supported by the fact that many of the stones are found at very precise locations, suggesting that they were moved using some sort of advanced technology. 4. The true height of the pyramids. Most people assume that the tallest pyramid in Giza is the Great Pyramid of Khufu, which stands at around 481 feet. However, some researchers believe that the true height of the Great Pyramid was actually closer to 600 feet. If this is true, then it would mean that the Egyptians used advanced technology to build the pyramid, as it would have been very difficult to construct such a tall structure without the use of modern equipment. In addition, there are some reports from ancient historians that claim the Great Pyramid was originally even taller, but it was damaged in an earthquake or other natural disaster. If this is true, then it would mean that the Egyptians were able to construct an even taller pyramid than we thought possible, and they did so without the use of advanced technology. 5. The purpose of the pyramids. Many people believe that the pyramids were simply tombs for the pharaohs. However, there is evidence that suggests that they had multiple uses. For example, we know that the pyramids were used as astronomical observatories, as they were aligned with the stars in the night sky. They may have also been used as energy generators, as some researchers believe that the Egyptians may have used the pyramids to harness the power of the sun and the Earth's magnetic field. This theory is supported by the fact that the pyramids are aligned with the Earth's magnetic poles and that they contain a large amount of quartz, which is a piezoelectric material that can generate electricity when subjected to pressure. In conclusion, there are many pieces of evidence that suggest that the ancient Egyptians used advanced technology to build the pyramids. From their knowledge of astronomy to their use of advanced geometry to their potential use of sound waves and ramp systems to move the stones, there are many clues that point to the use of technology that we are only just beginning to understand. Perhaps with further research, we will be able to uncover the full story of how the pyramids were built and learn more about the advanced civilization that built them. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button for more videos.